Hey, Rhett, what's going on? Give me 1 second. I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, so we better start this thing close to on time this time. 1 second. All right. I'm way ahead of schedule today. I got to jump on this stuff. And let the room pack up a little bit. And we are almost where we need to be. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. Let me go back in here and find myself. And I found myself. I should be able to hear myself as well. Let's see. As well. Yeah, and I can hear myself. Let's go. We are ahead of schedule. What's up, y'all? What's happening? How many people we got in here? 39, man. If y'all don't hit that thumbs up button, come on. Y'all too old to be hard-headed. We've been doing this for a long time. Who we got in the house, man? Who we got, man? Because I got a funny live for y'all this week. I was thinking about this last week when I was in Memphis. I'm like, I'm going to do this when I come back. Rep Reacts, as always. What's up, love? Donnie Jackson, shout out. He said, stock market, my brother. I heard that. King David, King Delight. Tony B in the next room. Raheem, shout out to the fam. Who else we got? We got Debbie L. Debbie L be leaving them serious comments. Shout out, Debbie L. Who else we got? Jersey Style, I heard that. Evening. Alan Free, what up, Alan Freeman? V Griff, what happening? Carl Major, the thumbs up czar. Purple Pam, you know what I mean? Shout out, Purple Pam. Adam B, what up, Adam? I am T Authentically. I knew she was going to be in here. Party don't start until she come up in here. Tina Powers, hey. Hey, Hazel. Shout out to the mods, you know what I mean? What else we got in here? We got a lot of people here ain't saying who they is. It's okay, though. It's like church. Some people don't want to stand up when they new members or whatever. Arlen Stab. That's a hard name. Arlen Stab been with me for a while. Shout out, Wyoming. Moretta, Moretta in here. Legally Shay. Tina Powers, Marlon. Miss Brenda's Kitchen, Homemade Everything. Miss Independent. Ashkan Hamedi. What up? He said, Juggernaut Aikido. I like that. One Sweet Georgia Peach. I don't know why. Now that you show me how to say that, I don't know why I couldn't say it right the first time. Diamond Kings. Tila R. Scott. What up? Donnie Jackson. What Donnie say? Know you heard about it many, many times, bro, but thank you for what you do and did for Tyree. I appreciate you. What up, P? Nancy Scott. Pretty good with remembering these names if I said them once. Latanya H. Love your channel. I appreciate you. Hey, Jane. Belinda Jordan. What up, Belinda? All right, guys, we're going to get this thing started. I don't know if y'all noticed earlier today when I was doing my videos, I didn't have my YouTube plaque up there. The reason why I didn't have my YouTube plaque up there. And listen, do me a favor, guys. Anybody else that comes in, if I don't say their name, just shout them out. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't see the thing once I start going. I got to concentrate and remember what I'm supposed to be talking about. You know, I get knocked off subjects real quick. So shout out to everybody. I didn't say your name before or after. But check it out. I had my YouTube plaque was missing today early in the videos. The first story I want to talk to y'all about today, we're going to call Career Day. This happened this morning, right? My daughter Tegan has been begging me to come to this Career Day thing for her. Now, they've been talking about this. I didn't know it was so big. They've been talking about this at her school for 2 months. And, you know, she's like, come to my Career Day, come to my Career Day. Now, Tegan is only in 3rd grade. So her telling me if I say, yeah, I'm going to come to it, she'll take that as, okay, he's going to come. I didn't know it's forms you got to fill out and it's things like that. Tegan don't tell you all that. Then she bring me a piece of paper. Oh, this is the Career Day. Right before I was leaving, the weekend I was leaving from Memphis a couple of weeks ago, she says, here's the paper. But it was just a snippet of a paper. It didn't say like if I had to register for something. It just said Career Day. So I don't even know what this thing is. I'm thinking we're going to go up to her school. It's going to be in the auditorium for like an hour. A bunch of parents are going to be there. And whoever, we all just, you know, it's like a meet and greet. We stand up and then say, hey, my name is Steve. I do this, I do that. And then we go to the next person and lets people know a little bit about us. That's what I thought it was. It wasn't nothing like that. So anyway, I got Tegan yesterday. She come over here Thursday through Sunday every other week. So she's over here. First thing out of her mouth is, boom, the Career Day. You coming to Career Day tomorrow, right? I said, yes, Tigalik, I'll be there. I said, Tegan, I'll be there. So I said, and something was like, man, ask her some questions. So I started asking her questions. Tegan's saying yes to everything, but she don't know nothing. So I texted her teacher last night. Her teacher don't answer. It was late. So anyway, I said, I'm going to drop you off at school. We're going to pull in the parking lot. Instead of me dropping you off where you get out and walk into school, me and you going to walk into the office and I'm going to find out what I got to do. So you walk into the office. When we walk into the office, they send her to class. I'm standing there. The lady says, what are you here for? I said, I'm trying to get this information about Career Day. My daughter just dropped this on me, and I don't want to come up here and not know what I'm supposed to do or, you know, how does this work? So they got this little, you know, ID things, and little, you know, things where you put the scan and it tell you information. I'm trying to scan it. For some odd reason, because it's behind glass, I can't scan it. So the lady sitting behind the desk is like, I don't know anything. I'm new. So you got to wait for somebody to come in after the kids come in. So I'm like, okay, I'm off today. So lady comes in. She's like, you got to register. I'm like, I ain't registered. So the lady's like, go outside in the hallway. It's a lady out there named Miss Sun. I can't remember her name. And you go out there and you talk to her. I go out there. This lady got all of these little white baggies like this, with the school thing on them, thank you, and all of this type of stuff. And they're all lined up on this table. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of bags. So I'm thinking those are bags for each parent coming. So I said, okay, that right there tells me I was supposed to be on the list, right? So I'm like, man, I said, man, I'm not going to probably be able to go in there and she's going to be sad. I don't want to disappoint my kids. So I go around the corner. I talk to the lady. I said, yes. She says, hey, you want to take it back? I said, no. I said, I'm here for the Career Day. I said, what I got to do? So the lady's like, what class? I'll tell her Tegan's class. She's like, that class is filled up already with people to do the thing. I said, what thing? She said, a presenter. I said, presenter? Yeah, you do a presentation about who you are, what you do, and you talk to the kids and answer questions. I'm thinking, okay, that's nothing. Go and lady says, I got a cancellation, but you can come back and have that spot. I said, all right, bet. When is the spot? She says at 9:15. No, she said, when can you be back? I said 9:15. She said, okay, it's at 9:15. You got to be here. So I said, okay, it's 8:35. Now I only live 10 minutes away from the school. So I'm like, all right. So we get all my information. She puts me in the computer and all this stuff, right? She said, come back, you come right here, and then you go up to her class, they'll be waiting for you. So I zoom back, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh, I'll go in there and talk for a little bit, and this and that. Now watch this. I'll tell you how kids are slick. My daughter's very smart. She says, when I'm taking her to work, school, this is what she tells me. I said, yeah. She said, you want to come to career day, right? I said, Tegan, you keep asking me that. Yeah, I'm going to come. She says, just like this. Don't come dirty, okay? I said, dirty? Don't come dirty? What you mean, don't come dirty? Just don't come dirty. I said, dirty like what? Like what I got on right now? Yeah, like wear good clothes. I said, what is good clothes? I'm the grown up here. I said, you think I'm going to come to your school and look nasty? No, but I just look good. I was so pissed. I said, look good, huh? You want to look good? All right, this is what I'm going to do. Y'all remember that suit I brought when I was out there in Memphis? That from K&G, that black suit with the white French cuffs and all of that stuff? I throws that on. I run back to the house and I talk to this lady. I'm driving and I'm like, don't come dirty. What you think? Who you talking? I'm starting to get mad at my own kid. I'm like, I said, I got her. She never seen me in the suit or nothing. I go home, I run, I throws the suit on. Shave my face real quick. I get to the house, 8:42. I left here exactly 9 o'clock. I put a whole suit on, tied my tie, shaved my face, right? And zoomed out the door, right? I jump out the car looking like $1 million. I go through that thing. That lady was like, oh, you clean up nice. I was like, I try. You know what I'm saying? So I go through the thing. The lady looking, she was like, can I help you, sir? I said, ma'am, I was just here talking to you. She's like, you Tegan's, everybody knows Tegan for some reason. Oh, you're Tegan's dad. She's like, without the hat on, you look different. I said, yeah. So she tried to give me some more of these snacks, right? I said, no, can I get that when I come down? I said, so I go up to the classroom. She said, yeah, you're going to talk for 45 minutes. 45 minutes? That's public speaking. That's a speech. I got to talk for 45 minutes to these kids? Now, all of a sudden, the panic ensues. I thought I was going to go up there and just say I do YouTube. They ooh and ah for a second, and that's it. And I go home and make videos. That's what I'm thinking. I didn't know I got to give a seminar. So she said, well, you're dressed for the occasion? I'm like, yeah. Now watch this. Tegan always telling people me and her are YouTubers, and the channel's hers, right? So I take this with me, right? I take my YouTube box and I take my silver plaque with me, right? I set it up just like they had in the plastic, you know, with the stuff. So I take that. Thank you, King. I appreciate it. So I take that up there. So I'm walking with that in my hand. And check this out, man. I go up the steps. I'm walking. They merged 2 classrooms into one because Tegan has 2 different teachers. One part of the day she's learning math and reading or something over here. Then she's learning other stuff over here. So it's like 60 kids. And the way they do is they set the chairs around and they're like stadium seating, like where the chairs go up and they're all set in like a half circle. So when you come through the door, you walk straight and then stand in between them. Like, you know, sitting between, so all the kids are around you. So I walk in, and well, first I poke my head in. And when I was walking, they had like the blinds up. So it's like 3 windows and like they could see me. So as I'm walking, I hear, that's it. Everybody getting hyped. I start getting hyped. And these little kids, right? I'm a grown man. I know the butterflies didn't kick in. I started getting hyped then, right? So I'm walking, I got the suit on, I'm feeling good. I look professional. I'm looking good. I'm not looking dirty. Like my daughter said, you know what I mean? At 9 years old, I'm not looking dirty. I'm looking good. Now, Teague, what you gonna say? I poked my head in the door like this. I'm stupid. I like kids. Kids like me. So I lean out like this and I poke my head in the door and I look at everybody. They go bananas. I don't even know these kids. They go bananas. I said, y'all ready? Y'all ready to turn this thing up? Yeah. I said, let's do it then. Man, I come up in there. They got 2 teachers. I come up in there. I got this in my hand. They only see this part because I got this covered up. They only see this part. YouTube. Tegan sat her behind directly in the center row, in the center part. I said, ain't no way they assigned you to sit there. She already knew. And she's sitting Indian style in the seat. Now, I come in and I walk right to the middle of the thing, right? And I turn and I look, she's right there. The lady says, hey, is there anything you need us to help you set up? I said, no. I said, can you be my sister? This is Tegan's teacher. She said, yeah, they got this whiteboard like on ESPN where you could touch your finger and it move and stuff. It's big. I should have asked where they got it from, because if I put that behind me, oh, that'd have been hard. Anyway, I might ask that. But anyway, she got the thing up there. So now they got where I can run my hand and do my finger and stuff. So the lady puts my name up there. So Mr. Bryant, she put my name up there. So I got my hands, I got the French cuffs, sticking out of my shirt. You can't tell me shit, right? These little kids. I'm like, well, my name is Stephen Bryant, such and such, this and that. I'm a YouTube content creator for Google. I'm just talking. I don't want to say YouTuber, so I'm just saying, right? And I'm telling them what I do, and but I don't tell them like I do violent crime and stuff. I make it kid friendly, right? They said, what's that? I said, in my hand, right here, is an actual YouTube play button. They like, I said, in fact, I give it to the assistant and I open it up and I take out the, I opened it up, my plaque was in there. So I take out this piece of, foam they got on it. So I move that and now the plaque is showing. When them kids seen that plaque, they lost their shit. You hear what I said? They lost their shit. They jumped out the seat and acted a fool. They jumping up trying to calm them down and all this other stuff, right? So now I got these kids and I'm like, hey, y'all got to listen to the teacher. They rushing the thing. They forcing them back, making them sit down, right? So watch this. They sit down and now I'm talking and I'm walking back and forth while the teacher got the thing and she's showing them. I said, you can touch everywhere except the glass part, the mirror. I said, but that's hard to clean. I said, but you can touch it. And they're going around the room. These kids were so excited to see it. They're like, I never saw one. I never, oh my God. They were so excited to just be in the room with a YouTube play button. This shows you how social media and stuff is big nowadays for children. That they couldn't wait to touch it. Like when one kid was touching it, another kid would try to reach because they can't leave the seat. Now I'm gonna tell you something. They teach these kids manners and they are well-disciplined children. All of them, and they all spoke well. All 60 kids, and it was a mixed variety of children. They all spoke well and they all listened to the teacher. They were very respectful. It wasn't no kid in there that gave me a bad vibe. They all were good kids. I gotta shout them out. They all were good kids. But it was funny because they know they can't leave the seat, so they was leaning as far as they can, even from the back, trying to touch it. It's going to come to you, but they had, as soon as it got near them, they was like, so anyway, I thought that was cool. And I said to myself, we bust our ass on YouTube. And, some of us are lucky enough to get one of those, right? And when you do the work and your journey's slow and you have peaks and valleys, by the time you do get it, it doesn't go to your head, right? So when I have it, I'm like, I feel a sense of accomplishment. But just seeing people that have always dreamed of it to where they touch it and just go crazy over it, it just had my mind messed up. I'm like, yeah, children, but I just was like, damn, that means something to them. So it was a good experience. And I could tell my daughter was proud of me. That's the thing, because Tegan act like, nothing, she care about nothing. She gave Tony all the respect and love. I'm just here now. But I seen it today. This is what Tegan gonna do when I'm passing the thing around and I'm talking. I happen to cut my head while I'm talking. I'm in the mode now where I'm speaking, right? I look at Tegan, this her. I ain't never seen her do this. I look at Tegan, I catch eyes with Tegan, right? She go just like this. Look at her lips. She points and then she goes real quick. Like, yeah, Dad, keep going. You cannot tell me shit. When my daughter did, she never did that to me. When she did that, I knew I was flowing. I was like, I had to double like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, right? I'm doing my whole spiel, and I said, okay, now we'll open the floor for questions. Who got questions? Them hands flap. I said, okay, I'm going to pick you. I said, can you do me a favor? When I pick you, say your name, and then ask your question. I swear, I answered every question in the room, right? And they asked adult questions. That's the part I thought they was going to say, like, what's your favorite color? Or, you know what I'm saying? They was asking questions like a grown-up would ask. So, and every time they asked, I only said it once, they would say their name, and then they would answer the question, and then they would put their hand down, and they would sit there. And I would answer the question, they would go to another question, what my answer was. And they were asking me, then they asked me, about my careers other than YouTube. What did I do before? They were really interested. The YouTube stole the thing, but I talked about the military. I talked about this. I started giving lessons. And I told them, I said, listen, your job is children. I said, what is your job? I wanted to see. And they was like, get good grade? I said, yes. I said, your parents, I said, how many of y'all, your parents at work? They put their hands up. I said, that's their job. To go to the job and do what they're supposed to do so they can make money and feed you and give you a better life. Your job as a child is to allow them to do that. And you allow them to do that by coming to school, learning, not getting in trouble where they got to get called away from their job, and doing the thing. Everybody has a job, even a baby. His job or her job might be crying and getting picked up. But every few turns of life, your job will change. That's why career day is big. I started off doing airplanes, fighter jets and stuff like that. He was like Top Gun? I was like, something like that. Oh, he was flying the planes. I said, wait a minute, I didn't say that. He was like Top Gun? They're just going with it. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. I said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And them ladies was laughing. Them kids was giving me a thing, right? They was giving me a time. So, and I was just teaching them. I said, when your parents tell you no, it's not that they don't like you. They're trying to protect you. I said, yeah, the internet sounds fun, but it's a very dangerous place. It's a very dangerous place. I said, when you see these kids on TV that are your age and they're doing YouTube and it looks like they're doing all of that stuff, their parents are behind that and they're watching them. You know what I'm saying? I was just giving them life lessons, and it wasn't boring. They was really feeling it. They was asking me questions about life and what I said and stuff. I said, the best thing you can do as a child is be a child. Enjoy yourself. Have it to where your parents can trust you. If your parents can trust you, you'll go a long way. Because once you earn your parents' trust, you'll do what? Be trustworthy. And then when you go out in the world, you earn other people's trust because your character and stuff will be there, and it will open doors like you'll never believe. You know what I'm saying? I said, I would have not gotten anywhere where I was thinking if I acted like I known everything and I was better than people. And I was just breaking stuff down. You know how I flow. I started flowing on them. They was like, and then look how smart, man. I like kids, man. Look how smart they are. They were asking me questions like, what editing software do you use? I said, I use something called Video Editor VN. They was like, is that on the phone? Or is that on the desktop? Or is it on the laptop? They started asking, and now they trying to get the notes. I said, they trying to take notes. I said, they trying to get the Wu-Tang secrets. And I was like, you got to ask your parents all this stuff first. But like, they were asking real questions like, when did you know you made it on YouTube? How did you feel about that? These are 8 and 9-year-old kids. They were asking real questions. Like, I'm thinking they was going to ask goofy stuff and we laugh and joke. I make them laugh. They was asking real questions. What that one guy asked me, one little boy. He said, how do you feel now with over 100,000 subscribers? Do you still feel the same way when you had 10,000 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers? They asking real questions. I said, you know what? It feels the same. I said, because the journey's very slow. And I said, you'll start YouTube doing this one thing, and then as you go, you'll do something else. YouTube is not about you, it's about your audience. It's what your audience wants. You see what I'm saying? The algorithm will bring people to you that think like you or understand what you want to say, and then you become important. That's why I tell you guys all the time, I'm just some guy in the room. And, you know, yeah, I get to travel and go do things and stuff like that. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I'm put in positions where I can take advantage of that type of stuff. And I appreciate you all. I mean, some of the stuff I put out, sometimes I'm like, I don't even feel like doing that. And those be my best videos. Those be the ones that take off. But I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I wound up leaving out of there. I ran the 45 minutes. I wound up leaving out of there. And before I left, this is what Tegan wanted. I'm in there with Tegan, right? Tegan is like, I said, yeah, Tegan has her own play button. When I said that, they started patting on Tegan. This is what Tegan do. I'm like, Tegan has her own play button. She has it. It's still at the house. I don't let her take it nowhere. She got her own play button for 100,000. She's a part of the channel. Then I said, yeah. I said, show us Tegan's stepmom. Y'all want to see Tegan's stepmom? Said, yeah. I show a picture of Tony on my phone, and I move around the thing. They go crazy. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh. Now, when I was doing all the stuff about me, Tegan sat there like this. And I'm like, why she ain't hype like the kids? When I showed Tony picture and they said Tony was pretty and oh, this and that. Oh, that's your stepmom. This Tegan, she getting rubbed on. Yeah. I still can't win. Hey, Belinda, thank you so much, baby. And when I said, oh, Tegan got her own play button, they were like, what? And they were like tapping on her and touching her. And then I'm like, all right, Tegan. Okay. So I was like, yeah, Tegan. I said, Tegan has a cult-like following. A lot of people like Tegan. On my live stream, Tegan closes out. Tegan got a lot of people that really care about her. You know what I mean? They send her gifts and stuff like that. They keep looking at Tegan sitting there with a face trying to look serious. like, yeah, they do. Like she's nonchalant. I said, yeah, hashtag Team Tegan. You know, y'all be putting that hashtag Team Tegan shit up there. I said, yeah, hashtag Team Tegan. What? She has a hashtag? Oh my God. Now they starting to push her and move her all around. See, yeah. Oh God. Oh my God, yo. I was like, I can't do this shit no more. So I said, I'm gonna get her when I get out of here. So I wound up leaving. I said, hey, you guys was good, man. I said, you know, always listen to your parents and remember what I told you. Just be kids and love life, man. You know, just be good. Listen to your teachers and, you know. So I wound up leaving. I could hear him mumbling, oh, your dad's so cool. Oh, best career day ever. This and that. I get past the window. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Get home, Tegan, like, you had the best presentation ever. She gonna slap my hand in the car. I said, Tegan, you only cared because that was for you. I said, you got a YouTube plaque and you had to tell them that and you shaking your head when they feel it. I said, but when I talked about me, you ain't saying it. She said, I'm around you all the time. I want to act like it's no big deal because I'm a YouTuber too. I was like, whatever. But she had a good time, man. And I mean, it was good seeing some kids. I mean, I can't stand bad kids, but these were some good kids, man. They was very respectful and they got good school etiquette. So shout out to them kids, man. That was the first story, career day. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take no pictures. What'd you say? Show a picture of who? Who you want me, Clegg? Who you want me to show a picture of? Of Tegan? Who you want to see a picture of? Oh, Tegan. No, Tegan's here. You'll see her tonight at the end of the live stream. She'll come in here and close us out. Yeah, she's here. She'll come in here. I'll let her talk for a second. She can talk about how her career day was and she was trying to front. Oh, God. Anyway, listen. I'm going to tell y'all a couple of stories of John Wash, man. I was thinking about this when I was in Memphis. So we about to get into John Wash, my granddad. Listen. I remember, like, me and Tony was on the phone talking, and Tony asked me something about John Wash, like, Did I ever, Tony, come here for a second. I forgot what she asked me, but this got me thinking to speak real fast. You know what I'm saying? Come to the door, Tony. I forgot what she asked me. I don't want to just tell y'all any old thing. Come here. Yeah, we gonna do John Walsh, man. Hey, what did you ask me when I was in Memphis? And you was like, remember I was talking about the Bible? We started talking about the Bible study, and you asked me, like, did John Walsh ever do something? And it made me start talking about the Bible study.
I don't remember.
Remember we was talking about that though?
No, I remember.
You was like, did I ever like get mad at John Walsh or lose respect for him or something like it? Or did he make me mad or?
Well, yeah, it was something because remember he would make you witness, and then like when you were starting to tell me about the kids coming over, or that when the people would come over, he would make you like sit with them and talk to them and like stand there.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was. But I'm gonna tell them the story though.
Okay.
Yeah, don't tell too much. I'm gonna tell them the story. Yeah. All right, listen. This is what it was. My granddad, right? Yeah, you know, I was raised Jehovah's Witness till I was 16. Then I was given my freedom papers, and I ran like 12 days of slave away from it. You know what I mean? No offense to anybody that's in there. I mean, it's not for me. Look, I was telling Tony about how my granddad was front, and I hated that front and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because my granddad was rough. You know what I'm saying? He was hardcore, but like when around church people, he was front. So basically, what would happen is Jehovah's Witness, we would go to church, then come home on Sunday, right? Later on in the evening, sometimes Jehovah's Witnesses would come over the house. And they would have their church clothes on still. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we got out of church at 12. We went in at 10. We got out at 12. Why y'all still got the church clothes on when it's 6 o'clock at night? Right? They would be coming down the street. We the only people that Jehovah's Witness, and you could tell a Jehovah's Witness when you see them. So they would pull up and just park the car, and they come walking up the street. So I would be outside with my friends. Now, you know, people hang out on corners and stuff like this. I have 5 or 6 friends. We always hung together. So we would look kind of deep, but we were in front of my cousin's house, which is 2 doors down. We had this big giant shade tree on the sidewalk, and we would just lean up against it or just stand in the street. We've been doing that since forever. So they're not religious, and they're like still street type kids. They're not bad kids, but they cuss, and you know, around John Watts they don't. But you know, we had the kind of screen door where it had the little blinder things where you could turn the thing and like the glass would open up. So sometimes John Watts would be in the window and you couldn't see him because it was like a shadow in the back. And he'd be listening and the kids be cussing. I guess he didn't like that, but we all cussed. I'm sure if he heard them cussing, he heard me cuss, but he never said nothing. So watch this. They would come up the street and my boys would be like, uh-oh, they're your people. There's like $5. Or we ain't say $5 back in the day. We'd be like, yo, $1. They gonna make Stevie go in the house. He gonna have to do Bible study. I said, nah, they ain't making me do no Bible study. You know, I ain't nothing but 13, 14 years old. I'm talking shit. Knowing damn well if you make me go in there, I'ma go. I'm like, shit, I ain't doing it. I ain't going in there. Never fails. If it was 2 people, a man and a woman, they would go in the house, I would never get called in there. But if they had children, I don't give a damn if the kid was Tegan's age or a little baby that's 3 or 4 years old. I gotta come in there. They gotta match people for people. Now watch this. They come up the street one day. They got a boy with them, and this boy, let me just say, he wasn't very boyish, if you know what I'm saying. He probably was about 12 years old, lighter than a feather, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he just, you seen it. So, go in the house, all of a sudden, open the door. Now they go to my church. These people know in my church, but I don't talk. When I went to church, I didn't talk to nobody. I would come in, and I was a kid. I didn't talk to grown-ups. My parents would greet people. I'd go and sit down. Or they'd say, hey, young brother Washington. I don't know why they call me that. But I was like, hi, you know, I just, you know what I'm saying? I always try to watch the clock, but it was behind us. I need my 2 hours to be up so I can get out of here. So anyway, listen. So we in there, right? So we sitting down outside. Now, this is what I figured out later. My granddad, basically, the reason why he would call me in, a lot of times he would call me in before they got there, like 2 or 3 minutes before they got there. He would call me in. And I was like, what is this? He was kind of ashamed of my friends, not ashamed of them, like he didn't want me around them. He didn't want the witnesses to see, because like, you know, when you're not in the Jehovah's Witness world, you call worldly. You know what I'm saying? When you're not a witness, they call that being of the world. So I dressed and acted like them all the time. You know what I'm saying? I went to public school. So only time I had to be a Jehovah's Witness when I had to go to church with them. So he didn't want me, you know, in case they was cussing or cracking jokes. We used to just tease each other's moms and, you know, we play that game all day. I guess they didn't want it in case they come around the corner and see me around them or see me acting like them, it make him look bad or whatever. And I used to get mad at that. So anyway, right? They pulled me in the house, and the way they pulled me in the house made me mad. Because when the dude walked by, everybody's like, yo, he gay as hell. You know, kids is like, that is a gay ass dude. He young as hell, he gay. So I'm like, I don't know the dude. Go in the house. This is what you hear. He sends the boy out. Hey, go call Stevie in here. And I heard him say, Stevie in here. I said, oh, Bunny about to come to the door. The door opened. He stuck his head out so feminine. This shit made me mad as fuck. He opened the screen door and stuck his head out and leaned. And he was like, I ain't shit. He said, young brother Washington, Bible study, Daddy's calling. And he closed the door. My boys was like, they all looking at him, I'm looking at him. And it did just like in a movie. They all looking at him, we all looking, and then all their heads turn at the same time and look at me. And then do this. What kind of church you go to? Man, get off me, man. Oh, damn, man, I'm walking. I go in there. I'm hearing snickering. I'm furious. First of all, we was cracking on each other real hard. And I was winning. I had the funniest cracks, and I was tearing them up. Now, here come this. Oh, man, damn. Why is it always happening to me? You know what I mean? There I am in the corner. Cotton candy and rainbows thrown all over me. God damn. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really as open as it is now where it's acceptable. I mean, damn, shout out to the gays, you know what I mean? But anyway, listen. I go in the house. I'm furious. And Bunny know me. I come in the house. Bunny's sitting there. And she's like this. Like Stevie, I couldn't stop. John Wash sent him out there. I know you're mad. The way he did that shit. So anyway, as I come in there, this is John Wash. Now, I ain't got to put my clothes on nothing, my church clothes. But John Wash got his church clothes on. Buddy got her church clothes on. They must have put this shit on like in the last 15 minutes before I went outside because they had none of that shit on when I left. This they say. John Wash used to do this face like this. All right, Stevie. And he would give me the Bible. Stevie, read this verse. Matthew chapter 2, verse 7, and he would give it to him. He had his face like this, you know, he had them red eyes, and he had his face like, you better not make a motherfucking face. And he would do like this, like, go ahead and read that right there. And he'd double tap that shit. Oh, God. I can hear my friends outside laughing and clowning my ass. I'm sitting down. Oh, I don't want to read this, but I know I will get mollywopped right in front of these people if I don't. So now I read it, right? This dude that's in there is blowing my shit. Well, you know what I'm talking about, like just my vibe. He's in there, and John Wash is very competitive. I don't know why he do this shit. I read the passage. All of a sudden, Now, the first question, they're reading this Watchtower thing. The Apostle Paul went down to Bethlehem. I can't remember what it was. And this and that. What does the passage that you just read, the scripture, have to do with that? The little boy, happy as fuck. John Wash ain't feeling this style. John Wash like, oh, yes, brother, what's your name again? Aaron. Brother Aaron. Yes, brother. Jehovah wants us to do this and do that. And, You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm sitting over there trying to get the Bible out my fucking hand. I passed it to Bunny. Bunny passed it to John Wash. John Wash ain't feeling my man's style because he's real feminine with his hands. But he's saying the right stuff. And John Wash is like, that's very good. But John Wash's face like, oh, that's very good. When he do the double blink shit, he like trying to figure out, like he trying to stay full. He like, that's very good, young man. It's very good. Oh, yeah. What are your thoughts on it, Stevie? I'm not thinking about nothing. I don't know anything. I don't know. I'm trying to pay attention. I don't want to do this shit. I'm like, Stevie, what are your thoughts on it? I just asked you a question. This Bunny trying to save me. Let him give him a break, Johnny. Let him. He just read it. He knows what to say. And she's like, you better say something. You about to get your ass busted in. Because now it's a competitive thing. The dude that's kind of fruity know the Bible, and he loved Jehovah. Me, John Wash, used the Bible as punishment against me, and I better answer like he answered. If not, I'm gonna get my shit tore up. So I just spit some cockamamie bullshit out that they said earlier today in the thing. And he's like, very good. Like, but he blinking like, damn, I ain't know you. Why did I do that, man? I should have just took the ass whipping. After that, he start reading the passages. He asking questions. If the little boy put his hand up before me, oh God, now I gotta be in it. For an hour, it was hell. I had to pay attention and really, because remember, I'm 16. I'm 14. He like 12. So that's still a competition. Anytime a kid would come, they would pull me in the house for Bible study. And if that kid say something, I got to talk next. That was John Watt's thing. Bunny didn't care. But oh my God, man, it was brutal. And now I'm like in this battle with this boy. Now you got to remember something. It's in the late 80s. You know what I'm saying? So being gay and being open, that was a different thing. In movies, you would see a gay guy, it would be in a comedy skit or something. People would laugh at him, a gay black dude. So, you know what I'm saying? When I seen this, I'm like, good, he can have that all he want. But John Watt's like, you ain't losing. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it was the tension. It was a mess. I was in there sweating like a motherfucker. Shit. But anyway, right? I survived that shit. But I was like, man, I got 2 more years of this. When I turn 16, I ain't going no more. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something, how crazy it was with John Wash. All week we was regular people. Sunday, ooh, shit. Listen, I would take dirty ass pennies. Remember the piggy banks, little plastic piggy banks, and you had the little turn thing in the bottom? They'd be like this. I would take a whole bunch of pennies, because somebody said, if you want to get a fever, take a whole bunch of pennies. I would take them dirty ass pennies and I would put them in my mouth in the morning like a hamster, a whole bunch of pennies in my shit, and try to make my temperature rise and fucking till I almost fall out. You know what I'm saying? To get a fever so I wouldn't go. That shit never worked. Oh, I don't feel good. My head is hot. Oh, you got a fever. You can stay home. That worked one time. Next week, oh, my head hurt. I'm so stupid. It seemed like you only get sick on Sundays. I said, huh? He said, if you can, you can hear. If you can hear, you can talk. If you can talk, you can damn sure walk. Get up and get your ass in them church clothes and meet me in the car in 10 minutes. God damn, after that, I ain't do it no more. I mean, I was getting migraines from that shit. I was getting my die. I can't do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, man, I couldn't deal with that, man. John Wash was just buck wild, man. Oh my God, man. We would be in church, and they would walk around with microphones, and like they had kids that hold the microphones, right? And man, it didn't matter. I could just be minding my business, just sitting there as quiet as can be. They would read a Watchtower question. A boy could be 5 years old over there. He get the mic, say one word, Jehovah, everybody, oh. I'm not paying attention. Soon as they get done and they start reading the next passage that require a question, this is all you would see. I always sat near the wall. Bunny was the barrier. You know what I'm saying? My cousin Michelle would sit here, and then, because she was young, and John Watts was on the end. Soon as a kid would talk on the mic, it never fails. They start reading the next passage, the things start coming down the thing, passing it. Bunny get it, she suck her teeth. Here, Stevie. I get it, then he'll lean over. Stinking ass breath and shit. I ain't shit. I love my granddad. God damn. His hand reached all the way across and he point. I said, if you got to tell me what to say, everybody can see you over here pointing, so you might as well say it yourself. I ain't said it in my head. I was saying that. He would tap it. I remember when I used to be so vicious. I used to be like, when he'd tap, I'm like, I wish a knife would just cut his finger off right now while in church. Right? He won't do that shit no more. Right? So he'd tap, and he would highlight it. Tap. I see where you highlighted that. So here come the mic. Thing come, he grab it. Thank you, brother, such and such. Here, Steve. He talking to me. They can hear in the mic. Here, Stevie. Just read. Right. They can hear it. Thou shalt not kill. Here. Very good, brother. What? They clap for the kid. They clap for me. It is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? That's how it was, man. It was just brutal. But I mean, shout out my granddad. He meant well. But this is what I'm going to tell y'all. We was talking about Shannon Sharpe and that crazy shit he did. Remember? Remember we was talking about that? I did them videos about how crazy he was and how I wasn't feeling him and shit. Could you imagine? Remember they said Shannon Sharpe was raised by his grandma. Could you imagine if he was raised by his granddad and John Wash was his granddad and all of that stuff came out in the media? Could y'all imagine that shit? Could you imagine how John Wash would react? Because he's super old school. And the way things are now and what's allowed and acceptable, and he come from that era where shit like that wasn't played around. Could you imagine how he would be, y'all? What if I was Shannon Sharpe and John Wash found out about that? You right, Carl Major, game over. In fact, let's do a reenactment of it. Fuck it, y'all want to do a reenactment? As if I was Shannon Sharpe and John Wash. Y'all want to thumbs up? Y'all put a thumbs up. Y'all want to do a reenactment? I'll do a reenactment right now. Fuck it, let's do a reenactment. Let me see if I can find these bullshit texts I had wrote up here for my research. Here it is, right here. Good. I'm glad I got it. Look. We gonna put the scenario like this. This stuff come out. John Wash used to watch ESPN. This stuff come out about Shannon Sharpe on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? So now John Wash got questions. I don't believe it. They're trying to smear your name. That's my grandson. Well, you don't say grandson. That's my son. They're trying to smear his name. You know what, Bunny? Get Shannon over here right now. Call Shannon. Bunny called. And you know Shannon. Yeah, Grandma. Shannon, get over here. Johnny want to talk to you. What do you want to talk to me about? Because you know Shannon already know John Watts don't play this shit. What do you want to talk to me about? You just gotta get over here. I don't know. Talk to him about it. That's the setup. When Bunny don't tell you what it is, you already in trouble. You better get your ass beat. Bunny would see the shit. Come over there. Shannon come over there, that dumbass green tight ass suit he had on with them stupid ass sandals. Remember he was pointing, he was going in Whole Foods with the man purse on and shit. Shannon come over there like that with John Watts with the cat suit on, with the fucking donkey ass all out and shit. That's how he came over the house. So John Watts sitting in the back porch. He come in the house. Hey mom, what's up? He in the back. This how Bunny be. Sitting on the table, hands on the table. She's just sitting on the table. He walking. As soon as he get near, I don't know why you would wear that coming over here the day of all days. He go back there. come in here. Oh, Shannon, let me talk to you. Have a seat. Shannon coming in, he see them tight ass pants, that bodysuit onesie he got on with them stupid ass sandals. John Watch do just like this. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. John Watch do this too. Oh. God, Lord have mercy. He start rubbing his head. Now this is when you know you about to get your ass beat down by my granddad. My granddad used to do this shit. I do that. And I realized that when I was like in my 30s, I'm like, damn, everything I hated about John Watch, I do with my kids. And I'm like, damn, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? When you ever see me do this shit, oh, I'm about to lose my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, see how I just did that shit in my head? I got that from him. It's like you turn into the people that you resent as children, you turn into them. Ask anybody out there. He sit down, John Watch, see them dumbass biking short, tight pants he got on. Look, oh, God damn, look at it. Look at his pants. Sit down, right? Now he got John Watch strategic. He'll sit you away the way you can't make eye contact with money to save you. So the way it is a triangle. He looking at Shannon here. Shannon can't do nothing but look at the wall there. John Watch is the top of the pyramid. He can see Bunny and he can see Shannon. So that way Bunny can't interfere because Shannon can't see if he look that way. See that? See how that work? Watch this. They talking. Shannon, he put his newspaper down. I gotta get all these voices in order. I'm gonna be dead serious with you. I'm hearing things I'm not liking, and a lot of them are not good and representing of a black person. Shannon, tell me it ain't so. Tell me what you talking about, Papa. Don't lie. Don't, Shannon. I'm gonna say it one more time. Say it ain't so. What ain't so? Boy, Bunny, bring me the laptop. You want to play that game? Let's play it. The laptop come. He opened the laptop. Now, I'm looking at this second screen. I'm looking up here, Shannon. I'm watching ESPN to see how you did today on First Take or whatever show it was. I forgot you're on. I'm on Fox. You're on ESPN. I'm on Fox News. I was on Fox News. I was on ESPN. Hey, punk Shannon. It's wherever John Watch say it is. Look. I'm up here looking. They bring out accusations. $500 million on a goddamn civil lawsuit. You running around here. Rape allegations? Are you serious? Say something. Well, it's not. Shut up. Shut your goddamn mouth. You're in goddamn embarrassment. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I couldn't believe the stuff you did, and I'm glad I got you here because you got some questions to answer. And depending on how you say it, you might leave here with all your goddamn teeth. I can't even look at you. Goddamn disgrace. And I know that some of this stuff got to be you. It looked like it's in your nature. The way you act on TV is the way you act around here. Stupid as hell any goddamn way. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. It says right here, Shannon Sharpe, that's you. Lawyers release X-rated text, name of accuser, $50 million civil rape, Lord have mercy, lawsuit. Now I want you to explain this to me. You're a football player, NFL, Hall of Fame tight end. You got the goddamn gold jacket. They got statues of your stupid ass in Canton, Ohio. And here you are running around here gallivanting with a young girl in her 20s and a white one at that. Make it make sense. People went through Jim Crow for you to do this bullshit. Johnny, don't cuss. Don't tell me how to talk, woman, in my own goddamn house. I'm ashamed of you. I didn't raise you like this. You didn't see me doing stuff like that. You got them dirty movies upstairs with white women. Shut your... Buddy, I swear, one more time. I'm talking to my boy. Always got to put your 2 cents in it. It ain't even time to deposit them in the goddamn bank. Now back to you. Dumb and Dumber. Shannon look around like it's only one person. You're the size of 2 people. You're what I say you are. Look at this. Alleged text messages between Shannon Sharpe and the woman accusing him of rape or the R word. Ain't that what they say on YouTube now? Where you at? Club Shay Shay, the R word. Can't even speak English no goddamn more. NFL legend, that's you. $50 million lawsuit bombshell, that's you. Dumbass, front page, right there. Explain that to me. You look bad. Real bad. Look at this. Lord have mercy. Look at this part. Sexually explicit messages blasted out of Shannon Sharpe's legal team. You got lawyers because you sent some dirty text messages to a little girl, a teeny bopper. You're a 56-year-old man, a grown goddamn man. Make it make sense. I can't even look at. Don't look at me. Look straight. In fact, look over there. Don't say nothing. The trove of purported messages clearly indicate the nature of the relationship was consensual and sexual in nature. Lord have mercy. I can't take it. How did you get yourself wrapped up into this? Did the girl come after you? Did she throw the Snow Queen coochie on you? Did she wage war in the bedroom on you, Shannon? Tell me, what was the weakness that made the white girl your kryptonite? You're big, you're built like Superman. How did she break you down, Shannon? I want to know. I got to know. I raised you better than that. Look at this. Did you hear the things they said about you? I heard this bunny. I ain't here. Come in here, bunny. Come here. Come look at this. Huh? You know his tongue be? Come here. He looking at Shannon, but he making Bunny come in because he want to embarrass him. Come in here, Bunny. Mom, I'm staying there. You don't have to hit it. That's my wife. She go where I tell her to go. Bunny, come. Huh? Huh? Come look at this, Bunny. Huh? Huh? Look at this. Huh? Come here, honey. Look right here. Huh? Let's go down the line. It says, look at this text right here. Bunny, what does that say right there? It says Davis. Who's Davis? Bunny, that's his lawyer. Keep reading. John was staring at Shannon the whole time. Davis said Sharpe and the accuser had a consensual sexual relationship all the way up until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she allegedly asked for $25,000 per cheek. Per cheek in a massage. A message. $25,000 to rub one butt cheek. $50,000 to finish the goddamn job. I should smack fire out of you right the hell now. And I'm going to tell you something. Buddy, before we even go further, this don't come from my people from Tallahassee and Tampa. This is your side of the family. Johnny, that's not right. You shouldn't say, don't tell me. Look at Thomas. Thomas is a doctor. It don't matter. You raised him. He was around you more than he was with me. I was in war. Count them. 4 wars. Johnny, that ain't right. That ain't right. Well, if the shoe fit, wear it, woman. Put it on. He didn't get that from me. He's built like a man, but he's doing crazy stuff. I should have known when I seen his feet walking like this, and he's going in the grocery store with them Peter Pan colored pants on like Thomas did at Halloween. I knew something was wrong. How did I fail you, Shannon? How did I fail you? Take his glasses off, start wiping his face. How did I fail you? I want to know right now, how did I fail you? Why are you wearing pants up your butt so tight it don't look like you got any underwears on? You're a grown man, you're 56 years old. I should not see the line of your butt. You're walking around here. I told you to get his feet fixed a while ago, Bunny. Look at him now. He walking like Fred Sanford, a mixture between Fred Sanford and Bushwick Bill. Oh, shit. Goddamn, John Watts wilding the fuck out. Let's continue. What do these other text messages say? Yeah, all right. So we already know you're giving her money to touch her inappropriately. Look at this stuff right here. And I'm going to read this verbatim, Bunny, not a word out of you. I don't care if I'm a Jehovah's Witness, a Jehovah understands when I'm chastising my son. That's his problem. I spared the rod and you spoiled the child. Lord have mercy. It says here on March 5th, 2023, that was last year, she wrote to you, tie me up like this and F me. F me. Who wants to tie somebody up? Now she wanna play bondage games. You didn't learn anything. All the movies you watched with slavery, Roots, 12 Years a Slave, Birth of a Nation, Kunta Kinte. You didn't know it. Mandinga. You didn't know anything. You didn't catch that. You don't wear chains. You don't wear jewelry. You don't put on handcuffs. You don't do bondage. And here you are, people died for the right to you even stand here and wear them stupid Peter Pan tight ass pants, trying to be cool at 56 goddamn years old, for you to sit up there and play them type of games. Son, it ain't right. I cannot tell you how bad I'm embarrassed and disappointed in you, Shannon. I don't even want to hit you no more, but I damn sure don't want to hug you. Look at this. It said you replied, if I knew how to do it, I would. Damn disgrace. You don't know how to put chains on people? Stupid. Look at this. She wrote back, it's okay if I have handcuffs. It's okay, I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now. So now you're around there playing with handcuffs, and I told you that's one of the things you avoid. Never being put in handcuffs, and you're playing around with her. Thinking with the little head and not the big one. But then again, it might be vice versa, because down there you might be bigger than you are up here, because you don't know if you're a man or a woman anyway. I heard about the stuff they talking about your freaky dick. You think I didn't hear about that? I see a lot, but I don't say much. Look at me. You got me sweating in here. Buddy, turn the damn air up. I'm so hot, the hellfire's burning on me, because that's where you're going. Jehovah's sending me signs. Shannon, I can't help you no more. Look at this one. Two allegedly exchanged kinky messages again, January 31st. That's this last year, 2024. The accuser wrote, just got my pee wet, tie me up, do bad things to me, in which Shannon wrote, cuff up. Now you're a freaky policeman, you're doing crazy stuff, talking about the kitty cat is soaked, and there you go, playing in the waters. You want to go and play in the waters? Where is she from? I think she's from California. What is her job? She does OnlyFans. Yeah, but you should have left that only as a fan. Some women ain't worth investing. She's 22-something years old. It's hot in this motherfucker. I gotta get out of character for a second. Damn. She's 22 years old, Shannon. You're 56. What do you have in common with her? Absolutely nothing. You're having fun with her, but that can always end badly. Let me ask you something. What if she got pregnant? What you would have did? Nothing exactly. Shut your ass up. And this right here is the coup de grace. On March 14th. Bunny, look. Bunny. Oh, Lord, Bunny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bunny. On March 14th, the girl sent him a thing saying, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. Lord have mercy. What kind of sadistic rough sex are you having, Shannon? I don't understand it. You went from Hall of Famer to nigga with no namer. $100 million deal. Social media. You done messed that up. That done flew out the goddamn window. All this for some Snow Queen trim. Are you kidding me? I knew when you were young something was wrong. When it was snow, you wanted to play in it a little too long than anybody else. I should have picked up the sign and said, Jehovah, why didn't I listen? I'm going to be honest. I worked at that post office, and I went through 4 wars to come home and make sure my family had. I was a man. I had purpose. I don't know what the hell this shit is here. If I knew this, no offense, I would have killed Jet Buff, because this is a stain that's brought down on the family that'll never be erased. Look at this. You need to be ashamed of your goddamn self. The two also, look at this, buddy. The two also talked about her desire to have a baby with him. Why am I not surprised?
including allegedly writing, "I only if you put the baby gravy in me." Throw up went in the back of my mouth. What the hell is black baby gravy? Lord have mercy. You know what? Go get the goddamn Bible. Bunny, go get the Bible. Bunny, open it up. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. What does it say? Thou shalt not play in the snow. Thou shalt not what? Play in the snow. What kind of snow? I don't know what just says snow. He know what kind of snow. I'm trying not to laugh. Let's look up here. Black baby gravy in me. Then you can do whatever you want to me. And I literally ate so much food, I look like I'm pregnant with your black baby. That right there, I'd have left her alone. I would have left her alone. Make it make sense. What the hell is baby gravy? Whose idea was it to call it that? You or her? Disgusting. Shannon, you can love whoever you want or lust with whoever you want. But that kind of stuff where you put your business out there, it's getting used against you. I can't feel sorry for you. You do this, the outcome is that. I hope you saved your money because you're going to need it to get your ass out of this because they're going to take everything that you made. They are. You know better. You never see me do any of that. Bunny, bring up the dirty movies. Hell, you got enough to make dirty movies. You should have made them and sold them or something. Because what you did was way out of order. I'm ashamed of you, boy. I always wanted a black baby. I bet you did. And you was ready to give it to her. You fell right for it. Hook, line, and sinker. I may be old, but I'm not slow. I know what that, he looking around because Bunny, he don't want Bunny to hear. I know what that OnlyFans is. I didn't care about it. But after I heard about this case 10 minutes ago, I signed up for her channel to see what she looked like. I didn't know that she was doing all of that crazy stuff, and you still was putting your nose between where her stuff is at. And that's what you was doing. She intrigued you. That's what you want to do. You want to have a baby by that. Your whole legacy is trash. I should have known. Lord have mercy. Baby gravy. I'm done with you. I ain't got nothing else to say. Watch. You watch mark my words, Shannon Sharpe. The way this domino falls, if you was doing this ain't your first time doing this. We all knew that you was around them football players and all this other stuff. You were doing all kind of unsavory stuff when you was in the limelight. I'll be more than sure if more people come forward, whether you did it or not, and then put your name to it to try to get a piece of that pie of your success. You're stupid. A goddamn disgrace. Get out of my face. I'm losing my voice. I can't do this shit no more. And I'm slobbing. I'm sorry. That's the end of it. Woo, shit. I ain't know it was going to go that far. Shit. I started getting snotty, though. Y'all got me in here sweating. I screamed, like, changed my voice so much. How was that? That was all right? Y'all like that? Yo, John Watts, he would talk just like that. I could have put two and two together. You're running around here and never want to come in when the snow is out there. You want to lay and make snow angels and stuff. Hell, if I noticed there was holes in the ground, that's what you was doing? Putting your baby gravy in the snow? I always noticed that every year we got to get you a new sweatsuit, snowsuit, because the zipper's always broken near the crotch area. Was you out there doing crazy stuff to Mother Nature? Tell me the truth. I won't judge. Because you can't look no better than the cat's out the bag. Was that what you was doing, Shannon? Anyway, man, I'm done, man. I'm losing my fucking voice playing around with this shit. Y'all crazy as hell, man. But anyway, I appreciate you guys tonight. I'm finally home. Hopefully I can gain back these 9 pounds. If I take my shirt off, you can see my abs and everything. I'm like, damn, I look different. So the clothes I got before, they kind of loose on me. So hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll get back. But I appreciate you guys coming tonight, man. We did the live stream. We had fun like we always do. I will see you. I'm going to get off here. I already ate.
But I'm just tired. So I'm gonna see you guys later on, all right? And that's it. Yeah. Oh, I gotta get Tegan to sign us out. Come on, Tiggly. She was in the room, so damn, she come quick, right? I mean, I was doing that Shannon stuff, so I didn't want her to hear that. Tell them bye.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Did you want to tell them about the thing today? Tell them why you were standing there. Why you say you weren't excited like the kids when your dad came in there?
Because he's just my dad. Like, I basically see him every single day. Like, I don't want to act like cringe and stuff like that.
You don't want to act cringe?
Yeah. Like,
So you couldn't be like, yay, dad, go.
I always give you a thumbs up. That's good enough.
Thank you, Tegan. See, I told you I can't win. I can't win. If that was Tony, she'd have been singing her praises. But then again, I don't know. Hell, maybe Tegan liked the snow too. Shit. I'll see you guys later on. Thanks.